Hey guys, Shadow Hollow here signing in, and as requested on my channel, we are doing a comparison video between the two higher fire rate auto rifles, one being the Unwilling Soul and the other one being the Dr. Nope. And if you see my videos before, you actually know that I touched up on the Dr. Nope a little bit. But let's take a look at both of these just to give you some information, some insight, just in case you're trying to decide which one of these that you want to prefer to use. Now, as you can see, both of these pretty much have the same rate of fire. Both of them have the same amount of impact. The major difference between them two is that the Unwilling Soul does more range, or is geared more towards range, and the Dr. Nope is actually geared more towards stability. And even before you put any perks on here, you can actually see the Unwilling Soul having more range and the Dr. Nope having more stability. So I would assume that Bungie would prefers you to actually use these guns in that fashion. Now, to give you an example of how range works, we're going to use this giant eyeball here as an example, who was so gracious enough to allow us to use his face. Okay, maybe he didn't necessarily sign up for this. I kind of just picked him out, but I like this guy. I don't know what it is. I have some type of personal vendetta, so I'm going to just use his face whether he likes to or not. So, as you can see, I'm actually doing 30s on him when I'm shooting him. So, and I'm trying different ranges. And what range is, it allows you to do a consistent amount of damage at a farther range, and obviously if you go outside the range of that gun, it actually does less damage. So as you can see, I'm doing 29s, 27s, 23s. The point is, I'm doing less damage, and I now went outside the range of that gun. So that's pretty much what range is. It allows you to do more damage at a farther range. So let's look at the stability of the Dr. Nope. As you can see, it is not really that stable, but it has a perk that allows you to increase the stability a lot. So let's go ahead and put that on. Let's try it out. The recoil is actually a lot more manageable, especially if you're going to be close range. You can actually control the recoil a lot more, which will be good if you're trying to get a lot of headshots. So definitely put the stability perk if you're going to use the Dr. Nope. Now, my thoughts, if you're going to use both of these weapons, I would gear more, especially if you're going to use it in PvP, I would gear more towards the Dr. Nope, mainly because it has that stability. That way you can run, you can actually get a lot more headshots. You can control the recoil, and I'm sure you know by now, you should always aim for the head whenever you're going toe-to-toe with someone in PvP. But that does not mean you cannot use the Unwilling Soul. Now, if you're going to use the Unwilling Soul, let me give you a tip about using the Unwilling Soul. It has more range, but the recoil on that just goes all over the place, so it's going to be really hard to manage. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to aim towards the neck area, the upper chest area. That way the recoil of the Unwilling Soul actually goes up into the head and allows you to get more headshots off. So if you're going to use Unwilling Soul, that's my tip for what you will want to do. It's definitely going to take a lot of practice trying to get used to the Unwilling Soul. And actually, in fact, between the two guns, I would actually prefer to use the Unwilling Soul, and I definitely recommend or encourage people to use the guns that they like. But just in case you want to take a more safer approach, if you want to know what gun would be safer, I would definitely go with the Dr. Nope, mainly because it has more stability. You can actually land more headshots off. You can actually control the recoil, and that's definitely what I would suggest that you use if you're going to definitely if you're going to use it in PvP, because you can land them headshots. And and like I said before, if you're going to use an Unwilling Soul, it's definitely going to take some practice, but it's definitely possible. Definitely possible. So that pretty much covers it. This is Shadow Hollow signing out. Make sure you guys subscribe. Watch the rest of the video just to see which one you prefer, just to see some gameplay, and take what you just learned, make your own opinions about it, make your own judgments on it, and that's pretty much it. I will see you guys later inside the Crucible.